At the start of the NBA season this year, the Golden State Warriors have been struggling. Klay Thompson can't hit a shot, Andrew Wiggins has significantly fell off from where he was in the past, but the worst of all, by far, has been Draymond Green. Draymond has been ejected from 3 games this season alone. First against the Cleveland Cavaliers after pushing Donovan Mitchell in the back while he was driving in for a layup and getting into a heated conversation with him. Second was against the Timberwolves when he literally choked out Rudy Gobert and refused to let go for over 10 seconds. And most recently, against the Suns when Draymond swung on Jusuf Nurkic and landed his whole right hand connecting to Nurkic's head. Instead of Draymond Green learning his lesson after just 1 ejection, he got 2 more, and it's gotten worse each time he's gotten an ejection. Now, let's not lie and act like Draymond Green has always been a calm, positive person on the court. Dude is a straight up menace. Draymond plays the enforcer role for Golden State, and he's going to do whatever it takes to protect his teammates and be a physical force on the court. He's the guy that will stick up for his teammates if anyone tries to test them. And every NBA team needs a guy or two like that to be successful and to bring a certain edge that the level of competition in the NBA has. They bring that dog to the court and they bring the fire to the crowd. But Draymond does too much. Maybe it's just who Draymond is, but maybe it's the years of success that the Golden State Warriors have had and the 4 championships total that they've won, but Draymond feels entitled to doing things and acting like there's going to be no repercussions for what he's done. When Draymond gets upset on the court, he gets a technical, which, okay, most players would just calm down so they don't get another one, right? Not Draymond. He goes straight at the referee and goes even harder. And usually nothing happens after that, and Draymond just stays with the 1 tech. Refs and the NBA as a whole have let a whole lot of questionable behavior slide over the years, but it seems to be catching up to him finally. And I, for one, really am starting to not like Draymond Green, especially with his recent actions that could very literally be assault. Draymond Green's WWE chokehold on Rudy Gobert was insane and unnecessary, and it was all because Gobert was just trying to separate a fight. It really showed a worse side to Draymond Green even when we've seen dirty plays from him in the past. Like, it's one thing to kick a dude in the crotch, not great, but not too bad. Next, you stomp on someone's chest, which is getting worse and violent, but refusing to let go while holding Gobert by his neck is actually dangerous. And surprisingly, it only landed Draymond a 5-game suspension for one of the craziest and most unnecessary acts I've ever seen on a basketball court. Now, part of this light punishment to Draymond could be because Joe Dumars, who is the executive vice president and head of basketball operations for the NBA, is very, very close with Draymond Green, and Draymond Green has even said that Joe Dumars is like a father figure to him. So Dumars was probably able to get Draymond Green a very reduced penalty for what happened. So Draymond went, okay, I'll take my 5 games off. He took his time and came back to the Warriors, where after only 6 more games, another violent incident would happen. Draymond would sucker punch Nurkic in his face. And there's really no great way to explain what happened with Draymond and Nurkic. Draymond said that he was trying to sell a foul, so he threw his arms up in the air and he twisted his body, and his hand happened to connect with Nurkic in his face. But come on, we're not stupid. If the slow-mo of this play tells you the story looks bad, because it is bad. And the NBA has now come out and said that Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely for this, with no timetable for his return as of now. Personally, I feel like Draymond has to have something happening off the court that is affecting his on-the-court play, because Jusuf Nurkic said it best in his post-game interview, that brother needs help. Which was also followed up with Kevin Durant's post-game interview, who said, I hope that Draymond gets the help that he needs. And now, I want to say too, I don't think that Draymond is a bad person. I think that just the competitive edge of the NBA and his role on the team just makes him do some questionable things. Draymond did apologize to Nurkic in his post-game interview as well. But these actions by Draymond have just been adding up, and there's really no way to spin it, and it's something that he needs to figure out quickly because it's really affecting his own team. The Golden State Warriors are just getting sick of Draymond's antics. I mean, you can see it on everyone's face when this altercation with Nurkic happened. happened right in front of the Warriors bench. One of the first things that I noticed when I saw this replay was that when Draymond hit Nurkic in the face and Nurkic went down, Trayce Jackson threw his hands up in the air in disbelief, and a few seconds later, Corey Joseph would do the same. The Warriors are just sick of what's happening. Draymond got back only 6 games ago, and he's already about to sucker punch somebody in the face. There's no other way to explain his behavior as unacceptable, and it's hurting the Warriors. Now, Draymond Green isn't the best player in the league. I don't think that he's an all-star or anything close to that, but he is valuable. The Warriors have won 4 championships, as I said earlier, and all of those championships have been won in part to Draymond Green. He plays a good role on defense, he passes the ball, he gets assists, he has that enforcer role like I've said. And the Warriors have never won a finals without Draymond Green. When Draymond Green had to miss games in the finals, the Warriors have lost. He's actually a vital piece to a Warriors championship contending run. So when he sucker punches people in the face, chokes people out, stomps on their chest, kicks people in the nuts, whatever it is, he's not only taking away from himself, but he's taking away from the Warriors. When we look at Golden State's championship window for their current team, it's getting very close to the end. I mean, Steph Curry is still playing out of his mind. He's in his prime still. I don't know if he'll ever leave his prime like LeBron, because if Curry keeps shooting well, he'll always be relevant. But if we look at Klay Thompson, he's been obviously declining, which makes sense for a player that has his history of injuries and just his age, and same with Draymond Green. But I'm never counting on a team with a healthy, happy Steph Curry. Well, since this Draymond stuff, maybe not happy. But there's a realistic shot that this Golden State Warriors dynasty that has ran the West, that has won 4 chips, is coming to an end. But that's almost a guarantee if Draymond keeps on acting how he is acting currently. The 2023 season really ended before it even got a chance to take off for Golden State. Draymond is now out indefinitely, but people are making predictions on how many games he will miss before he's able to step out on the court again. Some people think it should be around a 15-game suspension, but others want to take a more harsh stance and suspend him for 25 to 30 games. Draymond is not going to be on the court for a significant period of this season, and he's already missed a few games, and Draymond does contribute to winning. So the Warriors are now going to lose more games without Draymond. They might not make a great chance in the playoffs or not even make the playoffs at all. And the crazy part is we don't even know how much of an effect this is going to take, since we don't know how long Draymond is going to be out for. Ja Morant, after flashing a gun on IG Live 2 separate times, got suspended for 25 games to start off this season. And that is a punishment that makes sense. You don't want to promote that in the NBA. And Ja is a star player. So when that negative attention comes to your superstars, it lowers the revenue and interest in the NBA. But what Draymond Green is doing actually affects the players on the court, not the money side of things. For Rudy Gobert, what happens if Draymond Green accidentally put him to sleep for real? Or if Jusuf Nurkic got hit and broke his nose when Draymond hit him, or maybe some other head injury. These are real dangerous actions, and he could hurt a player if anything goes further. So I think that this suspension needs to be significant. Draymond needs to learn his lesson and stop acting how he's acting. And the only other thing that I've heard about this conversation with Draymond and the things that he's been doing is questioning Steph Curry's leadership, with people saying that if this was on LeBron's team with another teammate of LeBron's, people would be questioning his leadership. And to be honest, I'm not giving any thought to that. Okay, Steph Curry, yes, he's the leader of this team, and I think that he should be having conversations with Draymond in private, but in the public, nothing really needs to happen, and it's not Steph Curry's issue if Draymond can't control himself repeatedly, even when he's trying to help. I am getting sick of Draymond. Warriors fans, I'm sure that you are already sick of Draymond, but I really hope that he gets the help that he needs and stops putting NBA players in danger.